Welcome back to the Tinkerage. This is our Dyson DC14 Animal vacuum cleaner. We've had it for quite a long time. They're very good vacuums in my opinion. This is our second one, and one advantage of them is that they're relatively easy to do basic servicing on. Most vacuum cleaners will require some sort of servicing, beyond picking a new bag, emptying the drum, and there's a few points that I need to do on this. So in this first episode, I'm going to be cleaning the beta bar at the bottom. I have a dog that sheds nearly all year round, and I live in a house with 3 people with very long hair. So it collects hair quite quickly. So I'm going to take it off, clean it, put it back on. Most important thing with any work on something like a vacuum cleaner is switch it off before you do anything. Don't leave the plug in either, just in case somebody comes on and goes, oh, that's off, I'll just flick that on. And if you accidentally hit the power button, then that could be nasty, your fingers are in the way. I've put it up on the bench. Normally I do this in the house and do it all just using a Leatherman multi-tool. I'm going to be using a screwdriver. You want the kind of almost fattest, widest screwdriver that you can. Also going to need something to cut away the material that's there, so utility knife, pair of scissors. There are 3 turnkeys that hold this plastic plate in place. You need to remove all 3. There is no point trying to do it through here, you're going to cause damage. So just like a regular screw, anti-clockwise to loosen it off. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, and it should just ease off. Now you might find there's a build-up of dust around here, so you might want to take the opportunity to clean that off. Now see, this is built up. There's quite a lot of crud built up in here because this has been overdue. If you want to do it in place, best thing is take a pair of scissors, ease it in, and just start cutting. And you should be able to get most away like that. Now, I've loosened this off on the drive belt. The drive belt is still there. I don't want to take it off all the way because it is quite tricky, but I need to be able to clean underneath it. So I'm just going to cut this away now. As I've said, you can take 2 approaches. You can take the scissors approach, or you can take a utility knife. With a utility knife, you want to avoid damaging the bristles of the brush. The plastic underneath is quite hardy, so you're not going to cause too much damage unless you're using a huge amount of force and a very, very sharp knife. Sometimes I find it easy to use scissors. Now I have the advantage of these surgical scissors that are designed to get underneath a dressing without going into the arm, so they've got that extra shiny piece there, and they're very, very sharp. It does spiral around. Pay particular attention to the area below this because there is a very high chance that hair will get caught. I'm holding the beta bar still, this bit rotates. It holds the beta bar in place and allows it to turn. It's the same at the other end. So you want to try and make sure that you get all the hair from within that gap. Now, one very important thing to note is that you want to be really careful when you get close to the drive belt. You don't want to be cutting through that and having to replace it. Drive belts are readily available and they're fairly easy to replace. I have done it on the previous one that we had, and it's not too difficult, but if you can avoid it, then best to do that. Just to make it a bit easier, I'm going to turn this over so I can see where I'm working. you find the belt difficult to move, then use of a screwdriver, be careful not to tear it, can help. So just stretch it a little bit, put the screwdriver in, and that allows it to stretch a little, and if you rotate it you can then move it down into its correct place. Now I'm going to just leave that in there for the moment, so help me clear from above there because it clears the path. Now where possible I'm cutting away from the belt. Okay, I've moved it down onto the floor so that hopefully you've got a better view. As you can see, there is some hair caught under the belt, which I still need to remove. So I'm just going to try and ease that over. There's also hair caught in the groove here at the side of the drive pulley. Again, be really careful. I'm also using this a slightly different pair of scissors. These have fairly sharp point. I'm just using this actually to almost kind of dig into the hair, so that I can sort of snip it. And just work its way through. And I've relocated both ends of the beta bar so that it turns freely. Sometimes it can help to get sort of a narrow nose pliers or a pair of tweezers, forceps, in order to reach in. I've let this get particularly bad. I don't normally do that, but it does serve this demonstration very nicely. If you do this on a frequent basis, you're less likely to have problems, and it can be done in just a couple of minutes. So there's the hair that's been removed. We can see that the beta bar is now nice and clean. It's still dusty. If you're really concerned about kind of your cleanliness, then giving that a wipe over with a damp cloth is not going to do any harm, but it's a vacuum cleaner, so it's going to get dusty again really, really quickly. So now we just need to reinstall the beta bar guard. So you're doing that, you might just want to clean out some of the little bits of built up dust and dirt, fluff that can congregate in some of the gaps. You need to make sure you get it the right way round, so obviously the holes for the turnkeys. So put the front side in first, should just slot into place, give it a little squeeze, and then turn those clockwise. It's a quarter of a turn. We can see here there's one little point that helps to catch. It'll fall nicely into place, and then the line of the screw head, line of the turnkey head, make sure they're snug, and that job is done. While you've got it upside down, you might want to just check the condition of the hose at the back here. If you're having problems with suction as well, you might want to check some of the connectors. Quite a lot of these connectors come off really easily, just a couple of levers, and you can check to see whether there's any blockage within that. So they're all running clear. You can also check inside the tube here. So that's how to clean the brush bar, beta bar of a Dyson DC14 upright cleaner. It works the same principle for any upright cleaner, other makes as well. Do check out my other video, which will be about replacing the filters that are above and below the canister. Thanks for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, please click like and do consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Bye for now.